Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamer tag is IRYENI, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 240 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with GamerSupps, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the description where you can go to their store page, and you can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your purchases. I also want to say don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any brand new mods each and every single week. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods, and starting us off we have a very small bundle mod called the Faster Animations bundle. Now this includes so many different faster animation mods, including the convenient faster animations mod, which is already a bundle mod in itself, a bundle mod within a bundle mod, bundleception here. We have the faster casting mod, as well as the faster pickaxe mining. You have faster reanimation for conjurers, and then the faster spells and projectile spells, which affect the speed and range of your projectiles. You have the faster wood chopping animation, the instant container access, so you can instantly access any type of chest or container, the quicker bed exit so that you get out of beds faster, and NPCs also do too, and then it also removes the 48-hour merchant delay. I just really like that it makes it so everything is done within the shop and you no longer have to go outside, wait 48 hours, and then go back in for a whole new inventory. It just constantly refreshes to keep you interested in the actual shop itself. And then the mod page at the end here says, anyways, it's just a little convenient bundle that he made for himself to take some of the tedium out of Skyrim. This also just happens to include mods that all had open permissions, so here we are with a one-stop shop for faster animations, a bundle that'll completely speed up Skyrim and everything you do, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 5 spot. So if you're looking to speed up the things you do in Skyrim and maybe make it not so tedious, then the faster animations bundle is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have a brand new race mod that allows you to start as a werewolf or vampire by default. This is the Underworld Werewolf and Vampire race mod. Now this is a custom race mod that features 2 new races that you can play as, this being the Underworld Lycan, which is a man-beast of the Underworld who has Night Eye and boosts in their perks, and also has the ability to transform into a werewolf from the get-go. It also uses a custom werewolf model, which I'll show you here in a minute, and you can also play as the Underworld Vampire as well, which is a sun-fearing fiend of the Underworld, who has the abilities of vampires and can drain from enemies as well. Not only that, it also uses a custom Vampire Lord model, so that not only will you have a new werewolf and vampire lord that you can start the game as, you'll also have a new look as well with these new remastered textures that you get to play as. The werewolf has a new skin that's a white skin, and it looks absolutely badass and very high quality as well. And then whenever we move over to the Vampire Lord, they also have a brand new remastered texture for the Vampire Lord, and it looks incredibly intimidating. So all in all, I think this is a great mod for people who want to start the game as a werewolf or vampire, because we've been very limited on actually starting the games as these. I know you can download the alternate start mod and start as a vampire and maybe even a werewolf in a different place, but maybe you want to start off your own story. Maybe you want to start off in a custom location that you choose as a vampire or werewolf instead of just picking from a list that's determined for you. That's exactly what this mod does. It allows you to choose 2 new races that by default will be either a vampire or a werewolf, so you won't have to go through the quest in order to get them, making it so you can start your Skyrim quest as a werewolf or vampire, and I think that's really cool. It's very good for role-playing, and this mod could 100% be added to any load order that you could possibly think of, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 4 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Underworld Werewolf and Vampire race mod. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have a sound mod that's been around for ages, but it recently received a huge update and packed all of its add-ons into one small bundle. This is the Sounds of Skyrim Complete version 2.0. It's a 20.54 megabyte mod that adds over 460 new sound effects into the game world, and it affects almost every cell and region in the game. The main goal is to not have one environment that's soundless to enhance immersion. These sounds are affected by time of day, weather, and location. So walking in the city streets during the day, you'll hear the echo of doors opening and closing, children playing, and workers sawing things, while at night, cats fight for territory and dogs bark. Now the add-ons that were actually included in here, we have the Wilds of Skyrim, which focuses on adding sound effects to the wilderness, and with over 115 new sounds, the purpose of the Wilds is to audibly enlarge Skyrim's fauna, with addition of various animals, birds, and insects that play according to the weather, time of day, and region. Another add-on included is the Dungeons of Skyrim, which includes 115 sound effects to add life to dungeons, and there's a standard sound type for each type of dungeon as well. There's cave, Dwemer ruins, forts, and sewers, so that you won't always be hearing the same types of sounds as you enter these caves and locations. And then the final add-on that was added on top of this, we have the Civilization of Skyrim, which focuses on adding 223 new sound effects to cities, villages, farms, and remote locations where civilization is present. And like I said, you can hear the sounds of hammers, children playing, dogs barking, and cats fighting, as well as doors closing and opening. There's so many new sounds that you're going to be hearing as you're exploring Skyrim that it fully immerses you in your playthrough. But don't just take my word for it, let's actually showcase some of the gameplay using this mod, and you can hear some of these sounds for yourself.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Gems, potions, exotic ingredients, I have them all.
Fresh meats and produce. Get them before they're gone.
Now this was only a very small portion of the sounds that you would possibly hear throughout one day of playing Skyrim. You know, there's only so much that I can include in a small showcase here, but the amount of sounds, that being 460 plus sounds included with this mod, it just truly transforms everything that you explore, everything that you do in Skyrim, and it makes it feel like a completely new experience, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 3 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Sounds of Skyrim Complete version 2.0. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have a brand new overhaul to our Khajiits and Argonians in Skyrim, and this is the BeastHHBB mod, which is a primarily head model replacer and some new textures that can also be used with other skin beauty mods. And this is a mod that we've been needing for quite some time now because we've been using Lean Skyrim NPC Overhaul, which features so many overhauls to the NPCs in the game, mainly just everything but Khajiits and Argonians. And with this, as the mod page reads, it's the ultimate package for beast races, boasting thousands of possible outcomes for player character creation, with the exciting new vanilla-based models accompanied by complete NPC replacers for all Argonians and Khajiits, named NPCs and leveled lists, all with glorious reimagining. There's countless new hairs, brows, facial hair options, all with new vanilla-based assets, and Khajiits and Argonians now have brow and facial sliders in the character menu that you can now customize to your heart's content. It's compatible with body, head mesh, and texture mods as well. Like I said, I was using the Lean Skyrim NPC overhaul along with the BeastHHBB mod here. Now what this mod doesn't touch is the starting stats and the gear for the Khajiit and Argonians. Those all have been staying the same, so don't worry about that. The only thing that it does change though is how they look, and it does a great job of doing this. There's so many ways that you can create and customize your character, and not only is it your character that you're creating and customizing, but every single different Argonian Khajiit that you see in the world of Skyrim now will now look different. As you can see as I'm walking around, especially in Riften, whenever you go into the Bee and Barb, they look completely different, but in a good way. I really like this. I think that these new textures look really great, and I think that the Khajiits and Argonians have been needing some work for quite some time now, because whenever these new skin and body mods come out, they only really focus on, you know, Bretons, Nords, Orcs, and everything else but Khajiits and Argonians. But here we go with the BeastHHBB mod coming in and doing it gloriously as well. So if you're looking to play as a Khajiit Argonian in your next playthrough and you really want to remaster and truly customize your character with as many options as possible, then this mod is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out, and that's definitely why it's featured here at our number 2 spot, so I'd recommend downloading it and trying it out for yourself. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have a new mod pack that's going to completely transform the way we explore the overworld in Skyrim. And this mod pack's called Treerific, and it's a new tree mod made almost entirely of new custom trees. These custom trees are made by combining a bunch of different assets from a bunch of mods all throughout the mod page and all their talented artists, and some of these mods include the Happy Little Trees mod, Hodmanir plants and trees, and then you also have some bark textures like the snow bark and the HQ tree bark mod as well. These mods bundled in with the tree IT software that are used to actually create these trees make it so exploring the overworld is like exploring it for the first time again. Every single tree that you see in Skyrim has been completely changed, and there's not one vanilla tree left, at least not one I could find. All of these have been completely changed and they look completely new and remastered and absolutely beautiful. I couldn't even believe my eyes whenever I walked through Riverwood for the first time again. It almost didn't even look like the original Riverwood. The entire forest has been overhauled, the way that everything looks is a lot different, it's a lot more colorful over in the Riften area as well. There's so many changes with this mod that it's almost impossible to talk about it all in one video, so I would strongly recommend going out and downloading this mod and just exploring Skyrim for the first time again. It really feels like a first time experience whenever you explore with this mod enabled, because the trees look so big and so different than the original game in Skyrim, it's almost unrecognizable. You'll be exploring locations that you know and love, and it'll feel new and remastered, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 1 spot. So if you're maybe a hunter who spends a lot of time in the forest, or maybe you're just looking to completely remaster the flora in your Skyrim game, then the Treerific mod is a perfect mod for doing so, because it makes Skyrim absolutely beautiful again, and makes it like a first time experience, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 1 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Treerific mod and exploring the new Skyrim for yourself. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.